As we approach the 12th of August 2021 for our January elections, one cannot run away from the fact that Zambia has experienced a number of cases when it comes to political violence. And Lusaka, the capital city, has not been an exception. Areas such as Mandevu constituency have been one of the areas that have led to the ban of campaigns in Lusaka. And at the helm of this political violence are the young people, the youth. I'm your host, Farai Kadyamoto, on today's Inside My Community on political violence. And to help discuss on how young people can help reduce, if not end, political violence by promoting peace, today on the VSI podcast, we are joined by Mputa Ngalande, a youth from Mandevu constituency and Director of Dzuka Cholinga community-based organization. Mputa, welcome.
Very much, Farai, for hosting me, and it is a pleasure to be here as a youth from Mandevu and also as Executive Director of Dzuka Cholinga, Youth Zambia. Thank you very much for having me. I look forward to having a very confident discussion with you.
Without wasting much time, let's dig right into the conversation. You work with young people. What do you think is the main problem and why young people have been the main perpetrators of political violence?
Yes, I've been working with young people for 7 years now. Yeah, I've been in the game for quite a long time and working in this constituency. So the biggest problem is that why young people are used as tools of violence is that they have these young people looking at this setup. This is a ghetto setup and planned setup, a setup that is a slum. These are slums. So young people here are young people that do not have so many opportunities, and they have less opportunities. They are hungry, they are angry, they don't have jobs. So in the sense, the opportunity where a politician offers them something like some money, they see it as an opportunity and they would do anything, even violence, so that they earn a living. They have no choice. That's the biggest challenge that we have. And as we all know, where a lot of where less opportunities are there, people go to desperate measures, and these young people, one of their desperate measures, and these politicians know that these young people are desperate. No wonder they use them for violence. So yeah, that's the main challenge. That's the main reason that young people are used in this violence. Yep.
I like the fact that you've stressed out a point of opportunities and being one of the reasons of why young people actually engage in political violence. So these opportunities must be given by politicians, the lawmakers, which brings me to my next question. Do you think political violence is a tool for politicians to use for them to gain political mileage?
So political violence is one tool that has kept a certain politician in power. As we all know, worldwide, even in Africa, even in Zambia, this is a tool that instills fear. So you find that your opponent won't campaign, won't reach out to people and tell them what they will do for them candidly, because they are scared of being battered or beaten. So then you become the only person that is able to reach out to voters in that particular area. So yeah, violence makes these politicians have power. Some get power, some stay in power, and this is one tool that, so divide and rule. The divide and rule theory is what is used with this violence. Yeah, because a lot of people that are non-violent would shun away because they think politics is a violent game. So in that sense, then it becomes easy for those that are already in power to maintain power like that.
In your response, it shows that politicians are contributing in a certain way to political violence. So recently in your area, Mandevu constituency, you experienced political violence. And now I would like to know on how this political violence impacted your community at large. What was the great impact to your community because of the political violence that occurred in your area?
Yes, so there's a lot of impact that I've seen. So one person that died in our constituency, I knew the guy. So the man he worked for gave him a car to go pick something, and then he decided to follow and go to the campaigns. And his car was damaged, he was beaten. And when the boss called the mother to find out where his employee is with the car, the mother also was complaining of saying, "I've not seen my son for 2 days." And at last they found out that he was dead, and due to political violence. So yeah, you can see a life was lost from that. That's one of the impact that, yeah, a young life was lost. Yeah, it's a sad part, and political violence has such impacts, and it is never good.
Let's conclude in one way in which we can try and promote peace in our country. So my final question to you is, as we conclude, what is the best way do you think the young people can use to promote peace? And I want you to speak to everyone in Mandevu constituency and each and every constituency in Zambia. What's the best way you think that young people can promote peace in our country?
Giving these young people opportunities where they're not desperate as they are. So giving them empowerment, empowering them is the biggest solution that we can have, in terms of not so that they are not desperate and they are not at any point when selfish politician wants to use them. So yeah, I feel that's the biggest. And also teaching our citizens, especially the youths, about being patriotic. If they're patriotic enough, they wouldn't involve themselves in violence, because they know violence can cause anarchy, and anarchy can cause civil war. The civil war can cause a lot of damage to the peace that we have enjoyed as a country. Yeah, so yeah.
With all that has been discussed in this episode, all we hope for is that young people can stay away from all vices of political violence and ensure that they continue promoting peace from their homes, constituencies, and the country at large. I have been your host, Farai Kadyamoto. Until the next time we meet again on Inside My Community, I wish you love, hope, and prosperity. Pleasant listening.